Hey there everybody, it's Stan back here with some more SevTech Ages. I went back to get some more copper, which is what's pouring here now. And those magma mephit guys, whatever they were called, magma monsters, they started taking an interest in me, and I was thinking about dealing with them, but then they lit my totem on fire, and so I decided I was going to take my ball and go home. And I got out of there, but I got a little bit more copper, like a stack and 45, I think it was, something like that. And then I went back and got all of the tin, because there were no monsters there. So that's going. We have more metal at our disposal. After mining this out and kind of taking a look at it, I think what I want to do is take out all of this clay, because it looks like a scar on the land, right? So I want to take it all out and use it as a material to line what's left. To like expand the scar essentially, and just leave the skin of the scar. And then turn that into the abyssal craft area, because it's kind of gross and festery looking. And we'll see if we can find some other blocks to maybe spookify that a little bit. And then over the top of it, maybe elevate it up a couple blocks on some huge pillars. We'll do the 23 by 23 blood altar. Hopefully without disturbing our sakura tree over here. I'd like to keep that. I'm trying to keep like a fairly natural look to a significant portion of our space. And I think in order to make things work, I'm probably going to move this guy over. Like, these chests will be gone, so I'll maybe put him like more in the corner here. Although I think this was a chunk border right here, so maybe he has to stay there. I'll fill it in with something. So I want to do that. I'm growing some dark oak because I need primal chests, because these guys, I'm trying to automate things in here a little bit, but these need to be primal chests because there's going to be a roof right there eventually. I could not find any more slate. That was the whole reason I went to get metal. I was thinking like maybe in the process of mining out the metal, which I need anyway, I will reveal some slate, but I didn't find any more at all. I did get some marble and some limestone, but I don't know what we want to use that for. I made a huge marble and limestone tower in the previous season, and it was cool, but I kind of don't want to do the same thing again. Although, now that I'm saying that, if we did like a giant platform out of marble and sandstone and then built the pyramid on top of it for the blood altar, like I could see that maybe working, like some big sandstone columns and then like a big marble slab as the, maybe. I don't think I have that much. I'd have to go get more. I don't know what we'd even be building that out of. That's not a today project. I'll get started on excavating this and skinning it over, and then I can kind of show some progress on that maybe in the next episode. For today's episode, I got the 16 blank slates that we need. I've got, if we run all the way back to our roots, we shouldn't have to go back to this building very often. That's what I'm going to try to lay these things out in such a way that, although it's always here, and I did realize my mistake, I had a Minecraft chest here, I changed it out for a primal chest. We'll take that stuff with us. We have in here our 160 millibuckets of blood, which we need to, I don't know where my other faucet is. We can put it on now because it shouldn't ever matter again. We don't ever need to use this. In fact, we can even take our fuel out of here. So there's our coagulated blood, which we needed. We could probably just take these. And this doesn't need to be here either. Those are potentially useful, so we'll just leave that as our core build. And if I ever find that other faucet, I'll come and throw it on here because it's useless to us. Should take these these things that are actually still useful or needed. I don't know. We won't be doing any totemic today, but I've been kind of spreading things out. I got a blocks chest thrown in here. I had to make a whole separate chest for flowers. Oh, it might be worth noting, I did, since I have been trying to do a little bit of the work on the flowers each episode, I've got this chamomile, which is great because when you break it, you get more than you planted, so you can just kind of like spread it around endlessly like a weed. And I've just kind of been going for like a light feel out this way, pinks and blues and a little bit of purple mixed in there somewhere, I think. It's kind of the same over here. It was inspired by this. This is all still natural how it was, except for the purple, I added that. But like all of this was kind of the inspiration, was that kind of a look. So if I ever find more of these clovers, I might put some, randomly strewn in out there anyway. Gonna try to keep up with that every episode, have a little bit of natural decor work done. Today, we want to make blank runes. So we need that weak blood orb, which was 2,000 in the blood altar. So 10 pokes of the knife. We have 20 health, so that's nothing. We won't even feel it. You miss that speed when it wears off. I added ocelot totems to our, obviously I built another TP too. Add ocelot totems to our foundry over there, to the blacksmith, the forge, whatever we want to call that. Meat is the best healing stuff because even though we waste a lot of the hunger it gives us so much saturation that it's already pumping us almost back to full health. What I didn't think to do was cook a bunch of stone because I don't think we have all that much. And I think each of these runes takes 6. Ooh. Stone. Fortunately, I made furnaces and I made charcoal, so all we really need is some cobblestone, which I don't have any cobblestone. Well, then that's embarrassing. I mined up a whole bunch of other stuff, but none of that stuff makes stone. Oh, what I did do, though, is put meshes in my strainers, so maybe, just maybe, we've got a bunch of stone out here. Now, if I were really pro, I would try to convince you all that I planned that, but I didn't, and I'm not. But I'm glad it worked out, because otherwise I'd have to go and mine a bunch of cobblestone. And this way, I don't even have to cook it. Weak, bloody orb. Alright, we need 8 of these things. Some reason it doesn't like. Now I want to just take the altar as far as we can get it. It's basically what we did in the last season. If you watch that, we need we can make up to 4 specialized runes. Like those are our choices. I don't even know what efficiency does. Sacrifice, I think, gives us extra blood when we kill other creatures. If we had a mob farm, for example, we might go that route. Speed rune makes the crafting process faster. Like when we're waiting for the blood to fill this thing up, 5,000 or 2,000 took a while, right? And the rune of self-sacrifice is what we'll be making, because that's what we're using is our own blood to power the altar, at least for now. We can always make different ones later. So what we really need here are 8 yellow dye. We have everything else we need. Oh, and the reinforced slate. 8 yellow dye, and the reinforced slate. So let's start with the reinforced slate. Actually, no, let's not. Yellow dye should be first, because we're going to do... I'm going to have this guy do the work over here. We should probably sleep. You make yellow dye. We need 4 of these reinforced slate, which are made with the blank slate, and they cost 2,000 in a tier 2 altar, which is why we made these things in the first place. You have to have these to craft the things to make these things that we have better. Now, when this is only a tier 2 altar, which is what this is about to be, we only get the cardinal directions. Only those 4 runes can be upgraded. When we upgrade the altar, the entire altar to tier 3, then suddenly all 8 of those count. I don't know if that's intended or accidental, but that's how it works. And now we need 15 pokes with our pokey poker. Because it's tier 2, it will do both crafts at once. If we just put a stone in there. See, there's our first step, and you can see the blood particles start coming out when it's crafting the second step now. Now, if we got the speed runes, this is what would be speedy. This would be going faster. And you can automate these. You can pipe in and out of these and probably hopper in and out of them. That's more than likely why they give you the space under the altar empty. Yep, and then there's our reinforced slate. So we just have to do that 4 times. I am out of bear meat, which is the really, really good stuff. Something else we can make is a divination rune. Sigil. Divination sigil. Which is a little bit of a sidetrack that we can do because we're going to have to regenerate health and we're waiting for dandelions to grind. We need this arcane ash, for which we need the Hellfire Forge, block of copper, bronze ingot, pretty easy. We've got block of copper, we just need a couple of bronze ingots, and some tin. 2 tin, 1 bronze. Hellfire Forge, baby. Then in this we need, in order to get the arcane ashes, we need ash, gunpowder, white dye powder, which I think we have, and charcoal, which we definitely have. So, gee willikers. White dye powder. I think there's, oh, maybe it's salt that's down there. We made white dye powder. Question is, did I use it all in the millstone? I think that's salt, yeah. I cooked up all the fish that were out in the fish trap. I don't know if we can actually eat these or not. Oh, also I was able to kind of cheat. See, I got all my nutrition up because rice, it just, the rice that you get off picking the plant, you can eat no matter how hungry you are. Like, even if you're full and your saturation is full, you can just eat rice forever. It's kind of cheesy, but I'm assuming it's intended behavior. If we harvest this, like, we can just eat. It doesn't give us any saturation, but it does drive up our percentage. So, I mean, like, why not, right? And now we have 20 hearts and we get resistance and strength full time as just bonus things. And nourished, I don't know what that does, but we get that too. So that makes us hit a lot harder. I was sure that we had some white dye powder. Is it in? Maybe it's here. Sure isn't, but there's our yellow dye powder. We needed a charcoal, and we don't need rice seeds or plant fiber. One copper cluster. That's a strange thing to have in my inventory. Tin, we got one block. Perfect. We'll put you in here. Because, like I said, that's a strange thing to have in my inventory. We'll worry about that stuff later. It's not important right now. Gunpowder. I feel like I was just staring at the gunpowder out in the, oh no, okay, we have gunpowder, charcoal, ash, and white dye powder. So we just need to crush up some bone meal. I think that was in the hand grinder. No, that means this guy should be able to do it. Yeah, white dye powder. Ash, right, ash. We'll probably need a few of those for various things. So I think with this project in mind, the stables is probably not going to go right here, which is where I was thinking about making them. It just seems like we're getting a little cramped if we have another building right here. I don't know, it could work. The thing is I don't want to go small, right? Like I want a good size stable, so maybe we'll put it like more over that way, just to have like a little bit of an open area here. I don't want this to feel like a cramped base, because that's what I usually do, is just like stuff everything as close as I can together, make it as compact as possible. I'm going to keep adding these paths with the horse totems so that making it big won't feel like a mistake. Put it simply. Alright, we need more meat actually. Where do I have food? We might have to harvest some animals. I just was talking about all this fish, wasn't I? It's almost like I was planning ahead. Alright, fish. We gotta make two more of these reinforced slates. That's basically all we're waiting for. Magic. 4 of those. Oops. Hey, that is a yellow square. Don't like that one bit. Alright, let's eat some more fish. Let's get our single white dye powder while we're here. Alright, oh, we gotta take up 4 of our blank runes, because I'm not gonna make 4 more just for the sake of not doing that. I mean, then we'd have to come over and replace them anyway, right? Then we just have 4 runes that we didn't need. That's the problem. Until the next upgrade anyway, which is a long way off. Okay. Blank runes. Was that not it? Oh, do we need the tier 2 orb? I think that might be the case. Yes, we do. Oh, right. Okay, the tier 2 orb. Oh, the tier 2 orb needs corallium, which means we need a swamp or an ocean. Now, this might be an ocean, because it's definitely not a river, and the water is infinite. I have tested it out in the bay there, so there's a good chance that if I tunnel down underneath this, we're gonna get corallium. Now, the gamer in me wants to dig some kind of epic tunnel, but the efficient person in me says swim out into the ocean, or not even, just like dig down about 30 blocks and then stairway down another 15 blocks and then tunnel out into the ocean biome, which is probably what I'm gonna do. I'll just choose like a couple random blocks here. That sounds like a plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but it's definitely a plan. I need a lot more inventory space if I'm gonna do this though, because there's a good chance I ran into some slate down there, which I desperately want. And I mean, Astral Sorcery uses a crap ton of marble, like a metric ass ton of marble. Oh, we have everything we need here. We can do this. We can make our rune of divination. It was gunpowder, charcoal. Oh, we needed our ash. We have that. It's waiting for us. I think it takes some of this away. Can't remember. No, it does not. Arcane ashes. Now, we're looking for sigil again. Civil? We need a blank slate. And ash. And I don't know how much is in here. I lost count at one point. But a blank slate is 5, so 2, 3, 4, 5. And we actually do have to keep an eye on this, because it will try to take the rest of the blood and turn it into the next thing. But it will fail because I don't think there is enough blood in there. So we do arcane ashes, regular ashes, blank slate. And now if we hold this, we can tell how much is in our altar. 1200. I didn't realize I was holding the knife, and I just like held down my right mouse button and it took like 5 or 6 hearts. I was figuring it was around 5, but apparently it was 6. Super sketchy, right? Super sketchy, like just randomly. I could have killed myself easily. Just like stab, 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 dead. Oh, I should have put that. Low grade. Oh, I took that out of the melter down at the house there. All right, that's probably okay. It's probably more than I need actually, but I'm still gonna go out here. I should just make a crafting table over here. That would actually be smart. Drop off the things that are for that as well. And I'm feeling pretty good about it all. So let's go I don't think that would qualify. I think we have to go this direction. I know that's where the water is infinite, so they're either calling that a river or an ocean, and I'm betting on ocean. That's the long and the short of it here. Do not have my shovel. That's okay, it's probably not that much dirt, realistically. Yeah. We'll just go through the dirt with our fish. No problem. So if I had to guess this, well, I don't know. Maybe it's just a random dirt deposit, but I have a feeling that that's like the bottom of the ocean. Slate. I want that. Magic. Slate acquired. Okay, we were coming down with the ocean in front of us and the slate was on our right, so we need to face this direction. I want to go down about 3 or 4 more blocks, because there is such a thing as being too shallow, but there's not such a thing as being too deep. Really, I don't think, for corallium. Good, all lit up. We don't want mobs spawning in behind us. The other reason that I wanted to grab that slate is because, like, that's a perfect way to find corallium in the first place, is just mine out a couple of veins of something you want to build with anyway. And, like, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to uncover. It's pretty common. It's not that hard to find. There's some clay. I would kind of like that as well. Oops. Probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna. Just because clay wrecks your inventory, because it's 4 times. Like, every time we break one of these, right? It's 4-ish. And again, this is a good way to potentially uncover some corallium, although we might not be under the ocean yet. Officially, like, we might still be right there on the coastline, which is not technically ocean. It's technically whatever plains biome we're in, or whatever. Yeah, still no corallium, but that's okay. I think from here I'll just go straight, like 30 or 40 blocks. That makes us, like, guaranteed for sure out under the ocean, and then I can branch mine from there. If we don't find a bunch along the way, like, we could just run into some at any minute. Or this could totally be the wrong biome, and somehow there is infinite water. Maybe they're calling that a river, I don't know. If we had some way to know what biome we're in, that would be clever, but there isn't one that I'm aware of. Starting to look unlikely. I would imagine we'd have run into some by now. Like I say, it's not super rare. But I'll spend a little while down here branch mining, and oh, is my pickaxe broken? And I'll let you know what we find. Well, I found a cave, and I'm almost certain that we would see some corallium if we were in the right place. I don't see any. Oh, that actually might be some over Or it could be just a trick of the light. But got a fair bit of cobblestone on me. Let's see if we can mosey over there. Oops, no, not you. I think that is corallium ore. I'm not going to go and get it. But I do want, oh no, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a vacant spot. That's a tree. I was wondering what that was. That's a tree down here. How in the world? I'm interested to know what that's all about, but I also, there's no way I'm going down there. Not a chance. So I don't see any corallium. That could maybe be some. No, I think again, that's just a hole. So I'm pretty certain we would see at least one if we were in the right biome. So that means we got to go find a swamp, which means adventuring without a map, which seems dubious. Oh, right, that's where I got the slate. I'm like, what is this? So we will just pretend like that never happened. We'll just cover that over. Oh, no. Do we have any rush seeds? No, we didn't get any. Oh, rain. Fantastic. Now, part of me wants to go and sleep, but the other part of me is like, oh, cool, rain. Because it hasn't rained in quite some time. And I have been waiting out some of the nights, not all of them. But we do, if I hang out over here, like I was doing off-camera stuff the other before I started recording, I was making the rest of those 16 blank slates, and I had a zombie come over and donate his pants to me. So now our pants are almost fully repaired. What we need now are some boots, or else those are going to go away. So we do get the occasional mob. I pushed the torches way out, but it's not far enough apparently. This guy might give us some boots. Hey, zombie, do you have some boots for me? He didn't have any boots. Yeah, and then I don't know if we want to hook this in or not, but like, we've got this whole cave system attached to our abyssal craft. It's going to be epic. I'm excited. I have never built a base like this before. I'm usually like holed up in a hole in the ground, so this is a lot of fun for me. Okay, the sun is coming up and we have to go find a swamp, and I have to get back here, which is going to be questionable. I want to take feathers and ink sacs, which we have back at our primal core base. I don't know why I'm calling it that. It sounded good. Got feathers and ink sacs, and we got our raft, and we take our Darklands compass. I mean, it can at least lead us back to the Darklands, which is close to our base, so maybe that works out. That could be okay. It's adventure time, boyos. I think we go up over these mountains, or maybe around them. We have a boat, kind of. It's boat-ish. See, we don't need this, and we don't need that. We also probably don't need a bunch of clay, and yeah, okay, I'm going off half-cocked here. What I'll do is just Why do you like to stand on my chest so much? There's a chicken. I'm just going to throw it in this random chest. There was a chicken in my base. We'll take apples. Yeah, lots of food. Lots of food is good. Alright, cobblestone galore so we can repair tools and maybe bridge things if we have to. Vamonos. Oh, that is the wrong button. I was trying to sprint and ended up sneaking, which gets you off of the raft. Look for villages. I think I still have my render distance up to like 20. So that should be helpful. I really wanted to find a compass before we settled down just to solve all of this problem. Doing all that work and then never finding my base again would be terrible. We are incidentally... Oh no, we already have our method to find back. I was like trying to track the sun or something, but... Is that a shark after us? I think it was. Yep. We need to get out of the water. Or it was a piranha. One of the two. I think it was a piranha, actually. Oh, nope. It was... Oh my gosh. It was all the sharks. Wow. Holy crap. Did we get our raft? We did. Whew. We didn't really take any damage. But man, that was scary. Oh, lava. Now, I'm not going to have enough inventory space to pick up all these flowers, but part of me really wants to. So we either need to find a swamp. Oh, it was a flower. We either need to find a swamp or, I mean, this looks like ocean, right? We could potentially dig down on the coast here to get corallium. I mean, that looks pretty... That's a monument, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's an ocean monument right out there. It's definitely some kind of structure. It's not a river, I tell you that. So probably if we were to dig down here, do the same thing that we just did, but out this direction, I bet we find what we're looking for. So it's not exciting. It's not a swamp or a village. But if it gets us the corallium that we need, then we can just be happy with that and head back home. Okay, I'm going to put a torch on my... No, it will not allow me to place a torch if I have a block in my hand. Interesting, okay. Keep our eye out for more slate. The point of the torch was to remember my orientation. So if I look up, I can put that torch on my left and know that the ocean is this way. And again, we're probably not properly in the ocean biome just now. We're probably still in whatever forest biome that just was. I don't know what to talk about. Slate. That's worth talking about. With this slate and the last slate that we found, more than likely I can finish that roof, which is all I really care about, because I don't like leaving it half done. Like as soon as we move on to another project, like the chances of me going back and finishing that get way less. So finding all of this slate is a happy bonus. And again, well, except that I don't think we're to the ocean biome yet. We might find some corallium down here doing this. Magic. Now this is our stairwell down. We'll just rebuild it. There we go. Perfect. Like we never even mined a vein of slate out of there. I have to say I was pretty bummed when the last season came to. I mean, I hate to say go watch my other videos. Well, okay, I don't really, but the ending was so dumb. I haven't, as of the time of this recording, I haven't actually posted the end video, but by the time this is posted, that one will definitely be up. So go watch at least the last episode and you'll see how extremely ridiculous the death was. I'm gonna post it all. It was just a glitch. Got stuck in a wall and suffocated. Couldn't get out of it. But I tell you what, in this season, I will be much more careful about how I place my portals. We're going to take extra precautions to make sure that that kind of crap doesn't happen. Now, I would expect within the next few blocks that we begin to have chances of finding corallium. We're probably properly under the ocean right here, if I had to guess. Unfortunately, I don't think F3 shows us our biome. It does not. That might unlock later. Or we might have to craft an item to do it, I'm not sure. Well, here we are again, branch mining for corallium. So again, I'll let you know if I find anything interesting. Found some. We probably need a little bit more than one deposit, depending on how big it is. It looks like it's pretty big. Because we're going to want at least 4 of those pearls. I think 4 or 5 of them, like more or less at a minimum, I would think. And they're 9 each, so we have enough here for 2 and change. So I need to find. That was just like 20 blocks after I said we'll see what I find. So I need to find like one more deposit just like that. And then do I take this clay with me? It's tempting. I mean, I know I just grabbed a bunch of clay. Oh, I don't have my shovel though. I'm not going to harvest harvest all that clay without the shovel. Not again. All right, I'll be back. Well, I didn't find corallium, but I did find azurite, which is copper, which, if you recall, I was not able to retrieve all of the copper that we found at the last deposit. And so I'm thinking perhaps I have no wood, nor do I have a totem knife. I would really like to be able to make a totem for this, but I think I'm just going to do this the hard way and mine these up at normal speed, at least a few stacks minimum. And again, I might find some corallium while I'm doing this, so it's 2 birds, 1 stone. It's probably going to take 20 minutes to actually harvest all of this, but it's worth it because I actually need copper, and I'd rather not go fight those magma monsters. They shoot fire. I don't feel like we're prepared to fight things that shoot fire. So I'm going to do this tedious work. Hopefully find some more... Oh, that's a cave. I don't know how I feel about that. And I will get back with you fine people when we have more exciting things to talk about. As I had hoped, we've uncovered some more corallium here while digging out this azurite. Still got a ways to go. That's 2.5 stacks almost. Okay, I got most of the corallium, of the cassiterite. I left a little bit because there was that cave there, and I got quite a bit of corallium, over 2 stacks. 9 stacks of copper, and importantly, 1.5 stacks of slate. That's perhaps what I'm most excited about. Now I just have to find my way home, but I think I remember the way, even if I didn't have a compass. Oh, that's a creep, a deep, deep, deeper do. And a bunch of... Oh my god, look at them. It's a disco party. No thanks to any of that. Hopefully the skeletons will aggro everything and no sharks come and eat my feet. Okay, looks like we're okay. Blue flowers. I love these blue flowers. Oh! Missed him. There's a ton of them over here too, just like an absolute ton. Oh, that was that same flower. And we know we're on the right path because we got pricked by the same flower going both ways. Ridiculous. We don't want to run into 3 sharks this time, I can tell you that. There be cows over here. Oh, a cow spawned in on the plains too, where we were looking for them the first couple of times. What was that? Skeleton. I don't need to fight you. Luckily, I have all those lights. It's really hard to miss them. It makes finding our way back a little easier. More skeletons. Now, in the next age, we're going to have skeletons with bows, actual Minecraft skeletons, and endermains. So, like, we want to think a little bit before we choose to enter the next age. Like, just take a minute to pause and take a deep breath and realize that we're inviting a new level of danger into our lives, and maybe consider whether we're ready for that or not. I went and got a bunch more poppies for our little poppy field over there. It's gonna pop. I'm convinced. Horse. All right, back to base with all the stuff. Namely the corallium. Let's get on that. We need to craft those in 9x9s, which we might as well just do all of them. And then we need stone. Not even enough, but that's okay. We just need one of these things to continue on with our journey of blood magic. Uno. What we needed was the apprentice blood orb so we can upgrade our altar We need 5,000 life points. That is 25 pokes of the knife. I think we already have 1,200 in there, though. So that's a good head start. That's not what we need. I wanted this. Actually, I want that in my inventory as well. I think we need those runes. Oh, I put them in here, didn't I? I think in order to make this, we need the tier 2 altar, which requires these guys. The sun is coming up. I don't see any zombies. Like, one thing we don't want to do is use this knife to take ourselves down to 4 or 5 hearts and then have a bunch of zombies swarm us, right? That's a potential end run ender. So we've got 1,200 in there. That should take us to 2,000. Oh, no. Okay, 2,000. We need 15 more. We can afford that. Sketchy, but we can do it. Let's double check, make sure we're counting all this. 5,000 life points. Bit of a journey. Fortunately, that ocean biome was just kind of right there. As soon as I get a few more hearts, I want to kill this zombie. He might give us boots, or any piece of armor for that matter. Any piece of armor would be good. Give me some pants, more pants. Well, I mean, it could be worse. It's something. Oh yeah, our boots are gone. Fully repaired pants though. Style. Boom. Apprentice blood orb. Get. Now we need to take our runes back out of here. And I believe we can fully upgrade them now. We need those guys and those guys. And I still didn't make a crafting table for over here, so we'll try and remember to do that. Because it would have saved us running. I think we can use this. Would have saved us running over here at all. Stone. We have. Oh, I just spent it all, didn't I? That was dumb. You know what we do have, though? We have lots of cobblestone now, so that can work. That could be okay. We might just have to wait a minute. We won't have to wait too long. Because it's what, 5? Oh, it was 4 per. See how many we can get made. Oh, I didn't grab any of the stone. Oh, that's maybe all we need. I'm tripping. But I do want to make more, because we're going to be making a lot more of these slates in the near future. That is 4 of those. Get. Now this isn't a huge gain, but it takes us from 200 per heart to 280. So it's a 40% increase. I think is the math. Yeah, I think that's 10% per. So 40% increase. Yeah, that checks. So that just makes it more efficient when we get back to crafting. And we are going to... The next thing we want is the Necronomicon, which I think is actually really easy to make. But charging it up is going to be a whole other story. So not too bad. Just a bunch of flesh, which we should have. 4 of those. 3 rotten flesh. And 9 plant twine. Unfortunately, this doesn't have scroll wheel compatibility. I don't know if that's something I can enable or if that's just where we're at, but either way, I'm stuck doing it the old-fashioned way. Now we have to charge this, which means we need a statue from some Shoggoth. Oh, right, we've got a chicken running around. I forgot about him. He keeps giving us things. A Shoggoth, yeah. So, like, maybe we go up this river. I think there were some up there, and we kind of noped out of there early on. I could be misremembering, but I have a vague recollection that something like that might have happened. Alright, let's go look, see what we can find. Do we still have our raft? We do. Travel down river a ways and see if we can get... It's interesting that the water is infinite over there. It must be calling it a river biome. Oh, that's a shark. You can just leave me alone, Mr. Shark. Can't imagine we have to look too far. The Shoggoth are kind of everywhere. In rivers. We've been up here, but I don't think we've examined the entire river. There's our friendly villagers. Stop here and have a bite to eat. Still no? I'm a little surprised. Then we'll find 3 in a row. In the last season, we found one that was exposed and like raised up out of the river. It was up in a hill. And that gave me some insight into how we might... There's one. Into how we might approach them a little more sanely. If there is such a thing when confronting the Shoggoth. Now, they can break some blocks. I don't know which blocks. I know they can break dirt. We found that out. I don't know if they can break cobblestone. What I would like to do is just trap them inside and keep them from coming out at all. And then we can kind of turn this into a Shoggoth farm. Hopefully they can't break through that gambling, because now under here is like a whole chamber that we can't really see, but we're going to dig it out somewhat and turn it into a farm. And we're actually not that far from our house, because that was the village over there. Like if we just run that direction, that's base. So this is a pretty convenient location. I don't mind doing a little bit more work in this area. However, I didn't have a shovel with me, so digging out all this dirt is going to take some time, so I think I will do that off camera. Okay, I dug out about half of it and I built a wall out of dirt, which is all I really feel like doing right now. Until I figure out what we're going to do with this place, we don't need to get too carried away. So now we want to dig out like one side of this, dig some stairs. Importantly, I got everything torched off, so we should not have mobs spawning inside our farm. Oh, there's people there. I was not expecting that. Okay, let's just close that up. That tells us that we've come down far enough. If we start taking off the corner of this thing, this top corner, it's not doing anything. It's just free resources for us. And we need a bunch of this stuff. Now inside of this there are pillars. And that tells me that this is probably one of the empty spots here. Yeah. We can just make a one wide opening that only we can fit through, and oh, they can hurt us. Okay. But we can essentially just stand here and kill them while they are more or less defenseless. Get wrecked. Here's a conga line of Shoggoth just waiting to die here at our hands. We are more or less invulnerable as long as we stay against the back wall here. Question is, how do we get in there to get the loot? Because they seem to be spawning as fast as we can kill them. Maybe we need to light it up. Oh, hey, don't mind me. Oh, hey. Did they just break our torch? Is that a thing that happens? I'm just spamming them everywhere now. Alright, let's repair our tool here. Oh my, we weren't even collecting that monolith stone. That's terrible. Let's get rid of this dandelion. We don't need that. Yeah, there's a bunch of it still up here. Okay. Now let's see if we can make ourselves an opening to actually collect some of our hard-earned loot. And if we can't, then perhaps this is an ill-conceived plan. Looks like we need to go down one more layer if I want to be able to run in there. Whew. Why can I not pick up that torch? Oh, because it was my last torch. Okay, as much as I hate to do it... Oh, I can get rid of these. We've got lots of plant fiber at home. Just need a little bit of inventory space, as always. Okay, now let's see if we can carve our way in here. This might be a job for our Paxel. Well, there's actually a creeper in there too. That could be a good thing. We are still way too high. That stuff is down, down, down. We need some kind of ladder. I need more space. That's, I think, what we need here. Making me claustrophobic being pressed right up against that opening. What's up, dude? Oh, it's so spooky. They can just wreck you so fast. Like if we got in there and got surrounded by those guys and couldn't get out, that would be terrible. Am I predicting the future? Let's hope not. Just on another level. Blow up. Oh, there went all my Shoggoth flesh probably, huh? But I think maybe now, oh, that didn't work. That was a bad idea. Tell you what we're getting is a lot of experience points. They just seem to come as fast as we can kill them. So while it seemed like a good idea on its surface, it didn't end up being a very good idea. I feel like we're close. Like there's almost an opening here. Oh, there almost was. Okay, now at this point we can step in and actually pick things up. So like if we can get another opening, we should have like a stack of this stuff just waiting for us there. Well, they're not very tough this way. Okay, they're not very hard. They are pretty tough. Oh, they put Shoggoth goo on top of our blocks. That's going to make it hard. Okay. We've taken a lot of damage all of a sudden. Well, I got 4. We need 8. So it's at least working a little bit. I'll have to eventually make this more reliable, but I think for now this will do. What we need to do maybe is like build a little chamber inside of this that they can't get into, like a too high chamber, little area that we can kind of hang out in. I think that would probably work. Easier said than done, but I think it would work. Oh my god, look at their backs. These things are hideous. Alright, 16. Good enough. We are out. I will meet you back at base, and we will do just a little bit more. It's a little bit of a longer episode, but I'm okay with that if you are. Okay, well, that was an adventure, and base was exactly where I thought it was. That was refreshing. Haven't completely lost my bearings yet. We were just right over there. I can't wait to put this roof on. That's got me almost as excited as this corallium. Okay, so what we need is a statue. We need one of these, not the decorative one. We need so we need Shoggoth flesh around a decorative statue, which is clay, monolith stone, and one of the various dye powders. I think one of which is yellow. Orange, we probably have, I thought we had something in one of these chests. Random dye powder? No. Yellow. We have lots of yellow. Anytime we can grind up a dandelion and not use it as decoration, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Let's see, dandelion. And we have clay. Just always an egg there. Appreciate you, chicken. We should probably put him somewhere useful. I think in season 1 of SevTech, we put him on top of a hopper. So maybe we do that. I don't have a place for that. Would have to consider it. You done over here, horse? Yes, yellow dye. Oh. Yellow dye. And then we have to surround this with Shoggoth flesh. If we have more of these, then it makes the process faster. But we only have enough to make 2, which I guess is more. I believe this is the one. No, that is not what we want. This is what we want. Shadow gem. Ooh, I don't know if I have any shadow gems left. I think I might have used them all, guys. So that's a not this episode thing. I'm gonna have to go to the Darklands, and we'll take care of that in the next episode. We'll make a pedestal so we can charge our Necronomicon and progress a little bit farther. Take care. Make sure you drop me a like down there. Have a wonderful day.